What's going on, guys? It's your boy Peter, and I'm back again with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about the dark side of being an aircraft maintenance engineer. Just like every other job, there's disadvantages and disadvantages. So today I'm gonna be talking about the disadvantage of being an aircraft maintenance engineer, and I want you guys to know this all based on my experience, the companies I've worked for, the friends and co-workers I've worked with, and their stories, right? So for everyone, everyone's going to have different experience, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm here to share with you guys. Number one, the first disadvantage of being an aircraft maintenance engineer is it comes with a lot of responsibility. I want you guys to understand something, right? Being an AME, it's not an easy job. You know what I'm saying? It comes with a lot of responsibility, and that's because people's life actually depend on that. People's life actually depends on your skills, the safety of the job you do, the way you do your job. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to understand something, right? It's not. I want you guys to have this mentality. You being an AMA is not all about making money. You know what I'm saying? First, you gotta have passion for it. You gotta have passion for being an AMA. Secondly, you gotta understand that, bro, like any fuck up I do can actually cost people's life. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a car that whenever you have problems, you can park to the side. No, this is an airplane. People, airplanes are going 50 feet, 50,000 feet in the sky, 30,000 feet. You know what I'm saying? And there's no way people can actually park like normal cars. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's life actually depend on what you do. You know what I'm saying? And that's the responsibility it comes. Just like a doctor, I always tell people being an AME is the same thing as being a surgeon because you are actually working with human beings. Indirectly, we are actually working with human beings because people are actually flying pretty high in the sky, and there's no way they can actually fix the problem in the sky. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that being an AME is not an easy task. You gotta make sure whatever jobs you do, you make sure it's done the proper way. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's manuals, there's maintenance manuals that actually gives you proper ways of doing the maintenance tasks. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that it's not just all about the money, bro. I want you guys to actually have passion for this. Be focused and love what you do. You know what I'm saying? Does that as a mentality I have to build for myself when I was, I always had a passion for aviation, but you know what I'm saying, right out of school I was, you know what I'm saying, trying to make more money, trying to make, you know what I'm saying, just finished college and you're trying to make more money. But down the line, I started realizing that, man, like it's not just all about the money. It's about people's safety. It's all about this passion I have for it. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to understand that, man, being an AME is gonna come with a lot of responsibility, and something. It's not something you just gonna build. It's graduate step. You build that responsibility, and that's why there's apprenticeship that will guide you through your apprenticeship. And once you get your license, there's also a system. Most companies do have a system that will guide you through, and once you get your ACA, and that's when more and more responsibilities start coming through. So that's the first dark side of being an AME. The second one is the long hours. Being an AME could be demanding. I know we have one of the best schedule ever. Like I tell people, we have this schedule called 5-4-5-5. You work 4 days on, you get 5 days on. You work 5 days, you get 4 days off. But sometimes, man, you're gonna have to do that overtime, bro. You're gonna have to do like 13, 14 hours sometimes a day. Sometimes you're gonna have to work 6 days a week. You know what I'm saying? The former company I used to work for, there were less people, and sometimes we had to come. I worked 6 days. There was a time I worked 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Long hours, banging overtime, a lot of overtime, and that could be a little bit. It could be a little bit stressful, but you gotta be ready for it too. I know there's a law. There's a Canadian law, Australian Canada. There's a law that actually protects full-time employee that you can't work certain hours. But sometimes it's also a good way to have good reputation, right? You don't want to be that guy that they call for overtime. You're like, nah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to work. But you know what I'm saying? You want to be that guy that's always ready to help the company. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're in need of help, the company is gonna help you out. You know what I'm saying? So being an AME, cool. It's gonna it's a lot of long hours shifts. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about, 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? So I want you guys to be ready for it, man. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a lot of work, a lot of long hours, a lot of overtime, man. And that's the second dark side of being an AME. The third one is the starting pay. So this depends on so many situations. So it depends on the company you're working for, the years, the experience you do have, and also the location. So for me, when I first got my first job as an AMA, right, as an apprentice, right, I was getting was it $20 an hour, which was not bad for the city. I was living in Quebec that time, which is not bad for the city I was living. But imagine you making that amount of money in a city like Toronto, where the inflation is crazy. It's really expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard. And people that have, I know guys that actually had families, in college. They had families. You know, how would they live on 20 hours? 20 hours per $20 per hour. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a little bit discouraging. But I want you guys to also have this mentality that things are always gonna get better down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's only it's only a 2 years or a year sacrifice. Everything in life you gotta make sacrifice for it. You know what I'm saying? So that starting pay, it's a little bit low, especially for most companies, and if you even for smaller companies, unless if you're lucky enough to get to like bigger companies like WestJet, Air Canada, Air Transat, Porter, then you might get a little bit better, more starting pay. But once you get a job for, let's say, in an MRO company, they're not starting you with $30 an hour. You know what I'm saying? They're probably gonna start with you like 16, $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? And that could be discouraging because you had this mentality of you gonna make money right out of school, but that could not be the situation. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to understand that it's gonna get better down the line. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell you guys, logbook sign, get your logbook sign when you're doing your apprenticeship. Try to get your AME license as fast as possible. You know what I'm saying? And that really affected me, bro, because I wasted a lot of time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm here to actually share my experience with you guys on YouTube and try to advise more people so you guys don't make the same mistakes I made. You know what I'm saying? So pay is gonna be low when you first get your first job, but trust me, it's going to get better down the line. You know what I'm saying? So the fourth dark side of being an aircraft maintenance engineer is exposure to dangerous chemicals. I know my last videos I also mentioned this, but I want you guys to understand something, right? When I repeat something, it's because it's really important. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in a lot of situations where you're dealing with really dangerous chemicals, and it's so sad because I actually had a really close friend of mine that had cancer. You know what I'm saying? And when they kind of traced where the cancer came from, it was a little bit lucky. It was a little bit directed into the chemicals he's been using. And that guy was since college, he was being this dude that is not challenged. He doesn't really care about everything, so it kind of makes no sense. But I want you guys to understand something, right? You're gonna be dealing with a lot of chemicals. It's gonna be dealing with a lot of dangerous chemicals, and that's why most companies actually provide you with PPE, personal protective equipment. You know what I'm saying? Your gloves, you have your mask, so you gotta use all this. You gotta use all those materials. Those materials are not there for free. They're not there for you to just fucking leave them. You gotta use them. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you do, bro. Even now, I'm taking my safety even more serious. I wear 2 gloves. To whenever I'm working, you're gonna see me wearing 2 gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime I'm dealing with chemicals, I'm wearing masks, I'm protecting myself, bro. Because you don't wanna be in this you don't wanna be in the industry for a short time. You wanna be for a long time. You wanna enjoy life too, you know what I mean? So being an AME gonna expose you to a lot of dangerous chemicals. So when you get your job, you gotta make sure you protect yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's the fourth dark side of being an aircraft maintenance engineer. The last one is exposure to dangerous working environments. Yes, being an AME is gonna put you in a lot of dangerous situations. And I'm not here to discourage you guys, right? I'm just here to give you guys ideas of what to experience in the field. You know what I'm saying? So being an AME is gonna expose you to a lot of situations that you have to be conscious. You have to make sure you are aware of your environment. You know what I'm saying? For example, you might be in a situation whereby someone is working with the hydraulics and you're fucking right beside the landing gear, and you know what I'm saying? Little details like that. You're right beside any flight controls and could actually, you're talking about 3,000 psi. That could kill you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could be in a situation, especially on the in the airport. You're in the situation whereby there's engine runs, there's fucking cars moving around, but you are exposed to dangerous situations, bro. Even your jobs, some jobs you would do. There's a job, I think it's changing the what is it called? The fire extinguisher bottle, and there's a cartridge, I think, on the bottle, and it's really explosive. It's like a bomb, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you find yourself being exposed to situations like that. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta make sure you're aware of the safety precautions. For example, you want to work with anything hydraulics, make sure you pull out circuit breakers. Make sure you inform people that, hey, I'm gonna be working with hydraulics. Make sure you know what I'm saying, little details like communication. You gotta make sure your communication skills is on point. You know what I'm saying? So those are the situations you will find yourself in. Trust me, bro, you're not gonna expect it, bro. All it takes is 1 second, and you might lose your life. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure you're aware of your environment. You gotta make sure you're on point. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, those are the dark side of being an EME. I want you guys to understand something. I'm not here to discourage no one from. If you have passion for being an EME, if you have passion for aviation, go for it, bro. It's a really good industry. You're gonna love it, bro. You're gonna meet a lot of good people, and also it's a small industry, bro. It's like I call it the family industry, bro, because it's really small. Like, you work in a different company, someone knows the person you worked with in the previous company. Like, bro, it's a really good industry. So I'm not here to discourage you guys, but I'm here to educate you the danger, you know what I'm saying, that is actually associated, that is actually the dangers that can actually occur being an enemy. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? My Instagram is gonna be down in the comment section, my email, wherever you can email me, you can DM me, bro. I'm here to help you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, bro. Love you guys.